We are looking forward to this.
Hello, my name is Laura Sänger and I'm leading the Department of 360-degree Video and Virtual Reality at the TVN Group in Hanover. I want to tell you where we currently stand when it comes to immersive media and take a look on the future development in this area. Since 4 years in our department, we focus on 360-degree video and virtual reality productions. We do everything starting with concepts, storytelling, the production as well, and post-production, of course. We luckily had the chance to produce manifold projects in different fields of application. So, for example, you can see we do 360-degree live streaming for the telecom, we produce full-dome film production as well, and we produce 360-degree content, for example, for the ECB. So, one of the main questions I always worked on was, how can we use immersive media for reasonable and for sustainable solutions that can make a difference in the varied fields of education, environment, and science? How can we use immersive media to transmit messages beyond just nice games or entertainment? And how can we achieve to bring the user in touch with the content? So at first, we should take a look on what immersive media actually is. Immersion means the sensation of totally dive into another world. So that is the main reason why I absolutely love this medium, because it turns upside down our perception and everything we learned about storytelling and composition. So immersive media can be VR or 360-degree video, where you totally dive into a digital world that shuts down the real world. Here, for example, we fly on a hot air balloon using VR lenses. Or it can also be AR, where you combine digital content on top of your real world. So there could, for example, appear a real seal in your exhibition. There now exists various VR headsets. And since we don't need a mobile phone to plug in our VR lenses, the usability and the number of users has risen much further to establish immersive media as one of the most important media influences right now. And that is what prognosis tell us as well. Till 2021, we expect $19 billion turnover with virtual reality worldwide. And the user amount will rise up to 24.4 million. So, of course, there also exist various 360-degree cameras that allow high-quality film productions, from action underwater so that you feel like a whale, for example, or 360-degree drones that make you fly like an eagle through the air. But what all these techniques helps to produce is one essential phenomenon: the immersion, the feeling of actually being in that other space. So instead of watching a movie about a hot air balloon ride, you now really feel like being 400 feet over the ground, having maybe some strange things happening in your stomach because of the hikes. So immersive media affects differently our body. It can affect our stomach or our body in general. So in other words, it touches you physically and in that way involves you more emotionally. And that's why immersive media is so fascinating to me, because it reaches our audience in the most intensive and sustainably way. And as we all know, we all learn the best by active and cooperate learning, which ensures a lasting effect. So because of its useful effects, one of the most important fields of application is definitely education. So in this context, I would like to present you some of our latest projects at TVN. We developed an interactive application in 360-degree where you can prove your first aid skills and save the protagonist's life. Applying all the steps you learned before in VR, that helps immensely to remember everything much more sustainably. There's another interactive VR app we made in cooperation with the European Union. It's called EU BMWi and VR Europe Let's Vote. It explains in a very playful way how the EU works, and they encourage young people to vote. Answering a few questions, the user can decide the storyline and meanwhile approve his knowledge. So the app is the perfect addition to political classes at schools, and it is right now used in several European schools in Germany. So I like that project very much because it shows how VR can be applied in a very useful way. And that brings me to our actual project we are working on, an interactive exposition in the Erlebniszentrum Naturgewalt in Sylt, which is about the climate change and our social responsibility. We used, for example, AR to bring to life typical animals from the island. Or there is a VR paraglider where you get to know the island from a very new perspective. So, in my opinion, immersive media is one of the most influencing media trends right now, because it has the potential to embrace people, to encourage them, and to change their consciousness. And doing so, it appropriates digitalization in the best way. So one of our main business segments is, of course, 360-degree live streaming. We are producing all the festivals for Magenta Musik. So it is important that we find new solutions as well in 360 live streaming to manage, for example, high data rates, using 5G technology, and to include 3D audio as a massive component of immersion. This will bring new changes to develop totally different scenarios of, for example, remote learning, of sharing emotions, entertainment, and finally, more immersion. So let's go on researching in more projects like LIPS, so that immersion can be used in more fields of application, because it is absolutely clear that science, education, and economy will totally benefit from it. Thank you very much.